Hey, okay, I'm Dan, and this is the Danaissance, um, Danaissance Studios, actually. And nice. Okay, and so this is the first official video of the channel. I posted a couple videos long ago, which I've unprivated, made public. Um, you can disregard those if you want. And there's another video, which isn't very good. This video is gonna be a little better, though it's still gonna be unedited. And and I know the end of the last video I didn't show you the shape keys, but now I am. So hey,
Hello, gamers.
and it's not great. Um,
Gamers.
that pucker, you zoom out, zoom out.
Hello, gamers.
I kind of like it though, because it gives us some movement,
Hello,
even though
gamers.
really the mouth should go up into the cheek.
Hello,
Uh,
gamers.
So that's all you missed in the last video. This is the first official one. Um, and this time around, I figured out how to use OBS correctly and have the two windows open, the right window, you know. But this video, I want to cover making a background. I've said it in a couple other places, but if not, then I'll say now. This project I'm working on, first on the on the Renaissance. In case you can figure out, I came up with this title. Originally I was gonna go like Sue Daniel, uh, but I asked ChatGPT for some ideas, and I wanted something that rolls off the tongue. Well, I did ideally, or at least kind of matches up right. Like um the antiquity could also work, even though I don't want to cover it specifically just antiquity, but I guess that does probably work a little better. But the Renaissance, that sounds pretty cool. Although, not that I've written it out, it actually sounds kind of more
Hello,
like Danaissance.
gamers.
But no, it's a Danaissance, okay? Danaissance.
Hello,
And this is Danaissance Studio because I intend on making uh,
hello,
a main Danaissance
gamers.
channel where I upload the actual main content, where that is actually edited and not just slop.
Hello,
I don't know much about making
gamers.
managing a YouTube channel, if you can tell.
Gamers.
Um, what else?
Hello,
Oh yeah, so this project, first of many, I hope, is gonna be a rap battle based on historic the ERBs, epic rap battles of history. Yeah. Um, Now, don't get me wrong, I love ERBs. The new one um was pretty good. Uh, the Godzilla ones was alright. I'm not into that. Um, and like Henry Ford, and before that, it was like Laura Croft or something, Indiana Jones. Those are alright. But really, I want more history related rap battles. Okay, and this is my, I guess, manifesto. I want more history early rap battles, and sure, Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. That's one. There's a bunch of other ones, but these days I
hello,
feel like they're going farther and
gamers.
farther away from it. And it's just less of them, you
Hello,
know.
gamers.
So I hope to make more. I'll make my own.
Hello,
Hope you don't mind. Now, I don't exactly have the same resources they do, even at their start. And I've just noticed that his leg tissue is stretching outside of his pants. That's fine, I guess. Um, actually, uh, I should break this up into two videos. This could be like an intro, and then like have another video about the the first part, the first official part, which is making the background. Yeah, I've grabbed out his history. It's got two characters, uh, two, yeah, two characters battling it out with rap. So here I've got Belisarius, I don't know, Belisarius, and I want him to go up against Hannibal, which I've yet to make. But now that I've made this guy, I should be able to make a Hannibal pretty easily by just copying him over. Minus the facial hair and the hair, of course. I will be remaking those. Uh, and I have also since then learned that you can make hair. You can see here now, belisarius is a whole, but a quarter million versus some other components. I want to lower that. Actually, it's the vertices maybe. It's like the edges that's stupidly high with triangles, you know, and quads. So, well, I don't even know what how those impact performance exactly, but I have to tell you that. If I look at the
Hello,
frame rate, the top left corner
gamers.
there, it's like 6 or 7 sometimes.
Hello,
That's not good enough. Now, that's with the animation and the shape keys. If I remove those, it's more like 10. It's only gonna get worse when I add a background. Um, so that's not good. I need to figure out how to improve frame rate on the timeline playing it. Um, we get a Hannibal, so I'm gonna copy it, and I figured out how to get the hair to where I can have complex hair strands and help just make a bunch of curls because that's what I remember from the Kaplan bust. And I should mention that Hannibal doesn't have this is Hannibal Barca, not Hannibal Lecter or I don't know Hannibal Hamlin. Um, so okay, and but Hannibal Barca there isn't like a confirmed look he has, right?
hello,
And what these
gamers.
days I should explain how to set the shading. I'm looking at it.
Hello,
Um, there are
gamers.
videos I do a playlist or two playlists.
Hello,
One a,
gamers.
a bunch of crap, and another one's also a bunch of crap, and you
Hello,
organize it. But
gamers.
that's for like modeling and shading. I'm sure that's what you're most interested in. Um, oh yeah, so there isn't one for Hannibal. Look for Hannibal officially, but I can easily enough uh, copy the Kaplan bust. That's close enough. That's what most people think of when they think of Hannibal. The bust. Though I might make it look a little more ragged and also remove that little hat he has on. Is it a hat? Is it a helmet? I don't know. Oh, and the bigger hair things means that there's gonna be less hair strands. Because you look closely, there's like maybe not 100, but it's probably like 50 or so, and it's real messy when if I go to wireframe. Well, that's just a lot. But that's not what I look at. Go to edit mode, um, X-ray, and X-ray at the top right corner. That's not really seen it either, but well, I guess kind of. But you can see like how bunched up everything is, right? And sure, that's a lot of detail, but also that's a lot of processing power, whatever we want to call it. And I just don't think I can handle it. I mean, clearly I can't handle it because 6 frames is way too low. I want at least 10. Okay, this is very painful enough as it is, and I can play everything in solid mode
Hello,
like this, and I get 7 frames, so
gamers.
6, right? And then
Hello,
when I render it, I render it in rendered view, not solid. So
hello,
and at this rate, I
gamers.
might just plain rendered because it's about the same
Hello,
performance. I guess that's positive. Yeah, Hannibal, I'm gonna work on that tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, tomorrow. I think sometime 2 days from now. And yes, I'm planning to post daily updates. 2 days from now. I actually think I'm thinking about doing the music. Um, Well, I need to figure out time to do the background for Hannibal too. And yeah, I hope to get this all done sometime next week. Yes. And that brings me to the second main goal of my rap battles of history. I don't really see much fast. I get that the ERB people, and they got things to do in their lives, but I don't really have much of a social life. Work is pretty simple. Oh, maybe not simple, but not exhausting, right? I work from home. That's largely why. But also, it's just not there's not much physical work. Um, so when I finish with that, I can jump into this and start start learning how to do Blender. And I don't know how to do Blender, really, but it's free. And if I just work hard enough, I'll get it done. I gotta believe that anyway. And I hope to release one every month, until I start a new project. Then that might stretch the time a little bit. Uh, and I will admit, I actually had this idea right around I saw that Godzilla versus King Kong um video. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I know like Fresh Canal, and also I'm sure some other channels have dabbled in like,
Hello,
I don't know,
gamers.
avatars for their
Hello,
characters
gamers.
rather than using real actors. Well, in the
Hello,
Flash, yeah, just to
gamers.
got voice actors and stuff. Over Speaking of voice actors, I plan on voicing all these characters for the time being. Oh, and I should probably also explain why I've chosen Belisarius and Hannibal. Belisarius not that famous, and actually, I think named everything like, I shouldn't say not that famous, relatively less famous than Hannibal. As an American, I will be ranking. Actually, that's a bad idea. No, I'll rate it. As an American, I'll rank it on a scale of 1 to 10. And if I had to give Hannibal a scale, Hannibal Barca, that not better one, I'd give it like a 7, maybe 6. Yeah, 6. But Belisarius, however, um, gets like a 2. This is a bad scale. I shouldn't. I don't really know. I don't really know. Yeah. My point is Hannibal's Barca is much more famous than Belisarius. Okay, but that's not to say Belisarius is not famous. Okay, he's fairly well known, I'd say. As far as Roman generals go, he's definitely well known. Um, Byzantine, Roman, same thing. But the reason why I've chosen them is, for one thing, both are known for their campaigns in Italy, right? Hannibal, Trebia, Trasimene, Cannae, Belisarius. Uh, he's less known for his battles specifically, but more so his campaigns, I'd say.
Hello,
I wish like something else other than these characters. And
hello,
I'm definitely making a second follow-up video where I actually start working on the background because this is going on way too long. Um, but yeah, campaigns in Italy. Good general. They're generals. Interestingly enough, Hannibal's also uh actually doubles as like a competent like statesman, diplomat, lots of other things, right? Uh, and I mean, he was running um like the Barca, the Barcid empire in New Carthage, in Spain, or Hispania, where was God. Also, you can tell I'm not a historian. I'll probably get into what my background is eventually. Um, I'm not a historian in any way, but I watched my fair share of history videos growing up. I consider myself fairly. I play a decent amount of video games. You might even see one of those referenced in one of the early videos I'll mention. Um, yeah. So, and Hannibal's also like a representative later in his life for Carthage, and got kicked out because uh, Carthage didn't want to get in trouble for having him at home because he might stir up some trouble against Rome. Yeah. Um, and Belisarius, mostly just a general, was good. And I think I said before, he's not really known for his battles. I mean, more so like tactics. Okay, there isn't anything like stand out, but it's really but the two uh, characters, they both share an ability to command small numbers of troops. More so Belisarius. you never had more than like 20, 30,000 probably. I need to check that. Well, and I'm mostly using Wikipedia. So don't take everything I say with a grain of salt. Eventually, I'm sure I'll get better. Um, though if I see anything crazy, I will try to find a source. Okay, a historical source. Oh, hopefully, trace it back. But in general, I do just trust whatever Wikipedia throws at me. Uh, I don't ever trust random articles though. That's too far. Ooh. Yeah, so small numbers of troops, right? And are almost always outnumbered. And lastly, yeah, they're kind of fighting Romans in a way. One thing, Belisarius is a Roman. Okay, he would have considered himself a Roman for sure. And a lot of people don't notice, but the Goths, the Ostrogoths, just side note, an easy way I found to remember the Ostrogoths versus the Visigoths. You know what East is in German? Ost. Same with Austria. Österreich, Österreich, however you say the umlaut ordo. What? How long has it been going for? 16 minutes. Okay. I'll finish. Yeah. The Eastern gods, Visigoths, the West. That's less obvious. But yeah, the gods. Yeah, they swear fealty, or at least pay lip service. I don't know, tribute, not any substantial tribute. Uh, they pay all that to Justinian, the Romans, Emperor Romans. So in a way, they are Roman subjects, and he's invading Romans. I'll get to that in the rap out. And shout out to Majorianus, whatever that channel is. I learned a fair amount from him about late uh, Roman, late antiquity, Rome, really good stuff. But yeah, Justinian invading Romans. Same with the Vandals. I remember at this point, the Goths, the Vandals have also converted to Christianity. The Goths have been Christian for a very long time. Well, the Visigoths have been Christians for a very long time. The Ostrogoths a little later. The Ostrogoths are the ones that came with Alaric, not the Visigoths. The Visigoths have been there a while longer. Um, and as far as and Hannibal, he's fighting Romans very clearly, right? He wants revenge, whatever that story is. This guy here, this fella here, he's a Roman. Also, Belisarius is known for being the Vandals, who has at this point entrenched themselves in what was once the Roman province of Africa, um, which is where Carthage is. But as far Carthage does not exist as an identity, really. Carthage has not existed like 1,000 years, probably. Or maybe like 900 years, 800 or something, right? I don't even know when Belisarius happened. It's so bad. Yeah, 1,000 something years, right? I'm also gonna point that out in the rap battle. Belisarius beat the Vandals, who are in a way the successors to Carthage, though not really. Um, I like the attitude. The Vandals have Romanized quite a lot. You know, Same with the inhabitants of um Roman Africa. So yeah, I think the matchup's pretty good. And I do intend on doing um, people who are not just generals, same with not just kings. Though Belisarius is not definitely not a king. Hannibal kind of is. He's more like a warlord um, type. Oh, and another thing too, Belisarius and Hannibal. They both don't have much support from their governments. Justinian refuses to send Belisarius much support, although at least he does send support, and does bail him off sometimes. Although sometimes I feel like he should help out a little more because Belisarius is responsible for so much, in the Gothic Wars, and he just hangs them dry, out to dry, and just I don't know. And Hannibal is alone for most of it. I mean, sure, it's fine for Carthage, and I'm sure, like a solid portion of his army are Carthaginians, right? I mean, he's basically on his own. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, I'm gonna do these daily. I'm sure most people are very dipped. That's fine. And I will be immediately recording the episode where I make a star in the background, which is gonna be the walls of Rome.